Good morning, Dave. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for taking a few minutes. Just talking a little bit about what's going on this week. So tell us more about this benefit. Really cool idea. Going to have a little friendly game and try to raise some money for these boys and help them out a little bit.
Exactly. So I serve as the baseball director out in Egg Harbor Township, and thought of some ways that we might be able to help in obviously this very difficult situation. Albie, as you mentioned, was a legendary athlete in this area. But for us, he was also just a fantastic coach, a great friend, and a terrific dad. And we thought of some ways that we might be able to help out here. And sports is something very important to Albie. So, and I know to his boys, Gavin and Ryan, there's nothing more important than sports. They're both very actively involved, football and baseball. So we thought this was a great way for us to raise some money for the kids. So what we're doing is we have all of our all-star teams, ages 8 years old up through 12, and we have our Babe Ruth teams coming out. So we're going to have 5 or 6 games out at the field at Veterans Park on Wednesday night, and then we're going to gather after for some food. The local businesses have been fantastic, donating tons and tons of food. So we're going to have a nice gathering after the games are over, and we're hoping to raise some money for the kids. And as you mentioned, the fund that's been created is called the Mellon Athletic Fund. And the money that we raise is going to go directly to the boys and their athletic needs over the years. So whether that be they want to purchase new sports equipment, they want to attend a camp, whatever the need may be, we're hoping to have a fund for them so they don't ever have to worry about anything.
That's awesome. And how are the boys holding up? I know that's a tough thing to lose your father when you're that young. I mean, these boys are 10 years old and 8 years old, and obviously they're big into the EHT Youth Baseball Organization. I'm sure that's a great means of support for them to have still be involved with these programs and have all their buddies around?
Well, no question, Dave. The kids have been great. They've held up really well through obviously a very difficult situation. And I think the thing that you learn through this is, we all know that sports teach us different things in life other than winning and losing and those types of things. But when something like this happens, you really realize what sports can mean to a family, to an organization, and to these two particular young kids. And really what baseball has served for us over the last couple of weeks is really a place where we can gather together and we can heal together. And you've seen that start to happen with these two young boys, and the healing process has begun, and they've been surrounded by so many great people and friends and family who have been out these fields for the last couple of weeks following both boys. So the game of baseball has been great to us, and it's given us, like I said, an opportunity to heal together.
Talk with Jaime Gillespie. He runs the Egg Harbor Township Youth Baseball Organization. And Jaime, so this Wednesday, July 19th, everything starts at 5:30. Games start at 6:30. So how can people get involved if they want to help these boys out and maybe chip in a few bucks to help them get some new equipment? Sure. or put some money in the pot for this fund?
Yep. So we're going to gather at 5:30 for a brief ceremony before we start the games. We're going to send the kids out to the field about 6 o'clock. They're going to start shortly after. And then we're going to gather back after the games where we'll have some food and that sort of stuff. We'll have some bouncers for the kids, an ice truck, and we've got some great things going on. So anybody that would like to come out is certainly welcome to come out just to watch a little baseball, catch up with some old friends. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of Albie's old friends out there and those sort of things. He spent his youth days playing on these exact same fields. So we certainly invite anybody that would like to come out and join us that night. And if you're able to contribute anything at all to the boys, no matter how small, it would certainly be appreciated. If you're unable to attend, you're going to see some stuff coming around on social media, Facebook, Twitter, et cetera, where you can make a donation to the Mellon Athletic Fund.
If somebody's not able to make it out there on Wednesday night, say they got to work or something, but they really want to help these boys out, can they email you or how can they get in touch with you to kind of get the ball rolling?
That would be perfect. They can email me, Dave. It's Jaime Gillespie, JaimieGillespie at Comcast.net. And like I said, we'll be spreading that word out through Facebook and stuff as well. This was just really the start of the fund for us, this event. We hope to add to it, in the weeks that follow. But this was a great way for us to get the fund off the ground. And what better way to do it than to gather at a place where Albie played his baseball days and his two young boys have been a part of our organization for the last 4 or 5 years.
I'm sure, Coach. I'm sure you've gotten a great response so far from local businesses, right?
It's been absolutely amazing, Dave. It's funny because you send out one email to really direct it at our parents within our organization, our all-star teams, and I can tell you within 20 minutes, my phone was blowing up with text messages. My inbox was filled. Just people wanting to help, and so many of the local businesses have been great. There's been nobody that we've asked anything for that they've said no. It just goes to show you what a great community we live in, and they're all willing to help out. A great cause here. But it also shows you, how much, Albie was thought of and how highly respected he was in the area. And I know people just want to make sure these boys are taken care of and they're okay.
Coach, tell me more about Albie. I never got a chance to meet him, but I've heard some stories about what a great athlete he was, and give our listeners a little bit of insight on what he meant to, not only EHT but also the Holy Spirit community.
Sure. So, growing up in the area, I was an Absecon kid, so I went to Holy Spirit. Albie's 2 years older than me, and he was this larger-than-life athlete. But I think the thing that I've been impressed with is having gotten to know him a little bit more on a personal level now as adults. We started coaching 3 or 4 years ago together, and just really getting to know him as a person and what a great caring guy he was, always looking out for other people. Just an amazing sense of humor. His vocabulary was off the charts. We'd get text messages, our coaching staff, and there'd be times where we'd be looking at each other like, what does that word even mean? Because he had such a way with words, and to see him out on the athletic fields with the kids is really where he was home. He had a passion for sports, as everybody knows, growing up, and he was able to take that passion and transfer it over to the youth of Egg Harbor Township, whether that be in the football program, the baseball program. But it's, we'll miss him greatly. Our 10-year-old baseball team, who's started together when they were 8, it'll never be the same without him. But he's given us so many positive memories and things over the years that we're all better for having him a part of our team and our organization.
And he was a member of the Atlantic City Fire Department, correct?
That is correct. Yep, he's a 20-year firefighter.
And that's got to be great for these boys. I mean, that's such a tight-knit community of firefighters, and if anybody can offer support to this family, that's a great bunch of guys to have in your corner.
Sure is, and that's, I mentioned earlier the people who have reached out. The fire community has been, unbelievable with their outreach as well. I get phone calls every day from different guys, and they've supported our event very well and donating some food and those types of things. And you're right, it is a brotherhood over there. And as soon as they got word of this, they were one of the first groups to reach out to us and say, "Hey, listen, what can we do? We'll do anything." I know they're probably going to send a portion of his team or his unit over on Wednesday night with the fire truck, so we expect to see a couple of those guys out supporting the event as well.
Awesome. I'm sure John Brenner's going to hook you up with some meatballs, too.
John is going to hook us up with some meatballs. So, John, thank you very much. We appreciate that. So we'll have lots of food out there. So, like I said, there's been a lot of local businesses step up for us. All the food is free of charge. We're not looking to charge anything. We're just looking to gather. And in lieu of eating with us for free, we certainly would appreciate a donation towards the boys.
We're talking with Jaime GIllespie, head boys basketball coach at Holy Spirit, who also runs the Egg Harbor Township youth baseball programs. And Jaime, I'm sure you're not, well, maybe a little bit surprised at the reaction you've gotten. Like you said, your email inbox is overflowing, and the text messaging and all that stuff. I'm sure you anticipated this a little bit, knowing Albie and how much he meant to the local community.
Yeah, you don't really know. I mean, you know who he was, and you knew his connections and how many people cared about him. But I don't think you really know until you see it. And I'll be honest with you, Dave, it's overwhelming at times because you have these two young boys in front of you, and you just see the support and the outpouring from folks, and it is a bit overwhelming. And so I wouldn't say I was surprised, but at the same time, I don't know that anything prepares you for it. You really see the best side of people and what they're willing to do to help others when something like this happens. And it just, we say it all the time, hey, listen, we're fortunate to live in a great area. We're close to the beach and, quick shot to Philly and all that sort of stuff. But, man, we got some great people in this area. And I think that, to me, is what I take away from all this is how many really good people there are that live in these communities that are willing to help us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamie, it sounds like a great event on Wednesday. I'm going to stop out there, say hello to you guys, and introduce myself to the boys and take a few photos, and hopefully it's going to be a really cool event. I think it's going to be maybe even bigger than you expect.
Well, yeah, listen, it's one of these things you never know what we're going to get here. We're expecting certainly at the very least a couple hundred people, but the word of mouth of this is spread, so, that could end up being bigger than that. And certainly we'd love to see you out there, Dave, and maybe we can get you out there, hit a couple balls or something.
I've been on a hot streak lately, man.
Hey, Dave, listen, we'll put you on the fence at 125. Maybe you can pop one or two over.
Maybe. I think I can handle that.
Well, listen, we're going to be doing some pledges for home run balls that night, so maybe we'll get you out there as part of the home runs.
All right, cool. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you taking a few minutes, and we'll get the word out there on our Glory Days Facebook page the next couple of days and make sure we fill the stands out there.
Dave, we appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, and we're looking forward to a great night of baseball next Wednesday.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, man.
Take care. Yeah, bye-bye.
That was Jaime GIllespie, head coach of the Holy Spirit boys basketball team, also runs the Egg Harbor Township youth baseball program. And if you're just tuning in, which you shouldn't be. You should have been listening all along. But if you are just tuning in, get out there Wednesday, Egg Harbor Township, Veterans Park on Ocean Heights Ave. Great event to help get some funds together for the Mallen boys and help defer some of the costs they're going to accrue throughout the coming years with their athletic interests.